Well, I first came to Spelman at a Founders Day 2 years ago, and it was my first time on the campus. So it really was this dream-like experience just to see the excitement of the young ladies, the tradition. I was thrilled to be offered a teaching job my first year, teaching composition and grammar. And when I was told at the end of that year that I would be Cosby Chair, my jaw just about hit the floor. I didn't really know what to expect, but I knew I was very excited and honored and thrilled. I call this the dream job. I like to say that I have been spoiled for all other jobs because I've had such a terrific time as the Cosby Chair. There are so many levels to it. Interacting with the students. I taught screenwriting for the first time here and journalism. And the students are great, and watching them learn how to write, learn the format, come up with great scripts was a really great experience. And the programming side of the Cosby Chair is really fulfilling because I can take a vision and bring it to life. Bring in Ava DuVernay, the great director of Middle of Nowhere. We brought in Blair Underwood, one of my co-authors in the Tennyson Hardwick Mystery Series. And then my culminating event, which I'm still floating over, which was the Octavia E. Butler celebration. When I first thought about an Octavia E. Butler celebration, I thought of the panel. I was remembering a panel I attended in 1997 at Clark Atlanta University, which is where I met Octavia Butler and my future husband, Stephen Barnes, and a couple of the panelists. So I wanted to really recreate, in some ways, that panel and capture the spirit of energy and love that the Atlanta community has for speculative fiction. But as the planning went on, first the panel grew and grew because it was like, well, I can't just have this person, I also have to invite that person. So we ended up including me with 8 people on the panel, which is a pretty hefty panel. But then Georgia Tech had a short science fiction film festival, and I looked at that and said, wow, that's great. I love that idea. Got ideas from people in the community about what films to show. And then I was really thrilled when the drama students were able to participate with their beautiful staged reading from the Earthseed passages in Octavia's Parable of the Sower. And it just grew and grew. A caricature artist found me on Facebook and said, hey, can I come draw free caricatures? So before I knew it, we had this sort of really celebratory fair-like almost atmosphere. John Jennings, a great artist, also I know through Facebook, said, I'm going to create some pieces for you to display in your art exhibition. And sure enough, he created these beautiful pieces you see behind me. There really was a community spirit of giving that created this event. I had the spark of the idea, but I think it was the Spelman community, the Atlanta community, and the national, even international, speculative fiction community that really helped make it a success. As I'm a novelist primarily and have been, but I also love the entertainment industry, and I've learned a lot about the entertainment industry. So I knew that I wanted some of my events to help bring that energy from the entertainment industry to Spelman to help the students understand what it takes, not just as a writer, but what it takes on every level to succeed in the industry or even to get your foot in the door. So I knew I wanted to do something to do with film, thus we ended up with Ava DuVernay and Blair Underwood, but also that speculative fiction element. Well, as if it's not enough to have a dream job for 1 year, I was just invited to return as next year's Cosby Chair in the Humanities for a second term. Absolutely thrilled beyond words. My head is still spinning. I haven't really given much thought to what I want to do. And I wanted, in fact, to do something with journalism. That's my one thing. I really, maybe next year, I'll do an event with journalism because I think that's so important too. I have learned a great deal. Each event taught me something about planning, taught me something about bringing people to the event. So I'm absolutely certain that whatever happens next year, and it won't be because of me, it'll be because of the partnership and teamwork and spirit of cooperation, will be absolutely fantastic. I would say the whole thing has been a great surprise to me because when I first moved to Atlanta, I like to say I did not have a plan. I just knew I needed to be in Atlanta. Spelman was such an unexpected surprise on every level, from the first job to the Cosby Chair. The welcoming environment, the nurturing environment, the level of cooperation from the faculty, from the staff, it really feels more like a family. So I understand why people stay at Spelman College for years and years. I actually did not attend an HBCU. I attended Northwestern University to study journalism, but I've been saying ever since I started teaching here, and I love Northwestern, made great friends, but I wish I had understood what Spelman College had to offer. I wish I had a daughter to send to Spelman College, but I really have enjoyed this experience that richness of tradition, and the sense of mission here. All colleges have somewhat of a sense of mission, but it's so palpable here at Spelman, and it really drives through the faculty and the students, and that's really, really refreshing and important.